A claps.
T Squad, let's dive into the world of celebrity drama and scandals. Today, we're going to expose some unbelievable betrayals and beefs involving none other than the Canadian rapper Drake. Yes, Drake, the chart-topping sensation, is no stranger to controversy. We all know that. With fame and success comes a fair share of drama, and Drake has had his fair share of both, especially here recently. From industry rivalries to personal conflicts, his journey in the music scene has been filled with ups and downs. I think one of his biggest downs was the feud between him and Kendrick Lamar. Yes, I personally think Kendrick won the beef, but in Kendrick's first diss track specifically to Drake, he pointed out something that really stood out to me. In the lyrics to Euphoria, we all know that he says, "I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. I hate the way that you sneak diss. If I catch flight, it's gonna be direct. We hate the bees you F with because they confuse themselves with real women. And notice I said we, it's not just me. I'm what the culture feeling." After hearing that lyric, it got me to thinking, Drake has had a lot of beefs in the industry. And then I sat down and actually went through all of the beefs that he's had. And I don't ever remember one person in the industry having this much beef with so many people. So when Kendrick says it's not just me, I said we. Oh, he was not lying. So let's peel back the curtain and take a closer look at the betrayals and beef that have shaped Drake's career. The drama behind the scenes is just as intense as the music he creates, and it's time to uncover the truth. First up, we have French Montana. We all know that Drake and French Montana have been friends for over a decade and have collaborated on many anthems. In July 2022, Montana told DJ Academics that Drake dissed rappers on their collaborations, but he was reluctant to say that Drake was trying to lyrically destroy enemies on his song. Montana has also helped Drake and Diddy squash their beef. But in April 2024, Rick Ross claimed on a diss track that Drake sent French Montana a cease and desist letter, possibly over Montana's song Splash Brothers. The song originally featured Drake, French Montana, and Rose. A$AP Rocky is up next. Now, it has been at least 7 years since Drake and Rihanna broke up, but he's still not over it. At least that's what fans have concluded following the Friday, October 2nd release of the rapper's new album, For All the Dogs. On some of the songs, particularly Fear of Heights, listeners are convinced that Drizzy takes shots at his superstar ex-girlfriend as well as her partner and the father of her 2 kids, A$AP Rocky. This comes years after Drake and Riri sparked romance rumors in 2009 and went on to date on and off before Rihanna told Vogue in 2018 that she and the God's Plan musician don't have a friendship now, but we're not enemies either. In the Fear of Heights intro, for instance, he repeatedly says the word anti, aka the title of Riri's Billboard 200 #1 2016 album. Then, after laminating how people make it sound like he's still hung up on his ex, Drake goes on to seemingly diss Rocky with "That man, he's still with you. He can't leave you. Y'all go on vacation. I bet it's Antilles." And yes, Barbados, Rihanna's home country and frequent vacation spot, is located in Lesser Antilles in the Caribbean. That's not all though. On the track Virginia Beach, Drake spits, drawing conclusions like you got a Parsons degree or something. I could have treated you better. That's crazy. And who has an honorary degree from the Parsons School of Design? That's right, Rihanna. Plus, on another late night, Drake seems to take aim once again at A$AP Rocky. I ain't no pretty Flacco, he raps, nodding to Rocky nickname. Bitch, this shit get real rocky. Rihanna. Also, in the 2018 Vogue article, she not only said that she and Drake are no longer friends but not enemies, but that Drake's public declaration of love was uncomfortable. Drake has also said in an interview with the New York Times that he felt used by Rihanna. So I guess that's why he keeps on taking shots at her years later. Drake and James Harden used to be tight, but back in 2028, it was revealed that Drake was reportedly dating the Houston Rockets' ex. Plus, he brought her a pricey gift, and Harden is upset about it. According to sports gossip, the hoop star was dating a woman named Nicole, but split with her over the summer. Then afterwards, Drake was spotted in a photo with that woman, and they were both sporting matching watches and big smiles on their faces. The God's Plan rapper supposedly purchased Nicole's watch, and some thought Harden responded on Instagram. But he didn't mention Drake, Nicole, or the watches. He just posted a confused face emoji, which some thought was a response. Not too long ago, rumors flew that Harden was serious about Nicole, and she's the only woman he brought around his mother and sister. He also purchased a few expensive gifts for her, including Cartier jewelry. On his For All the Dogs album, on a song named Scary Hour 3, he took shots at James Harden and said, she like, shh, quiet everybody, the game's started, my new boo hooping tonight. And he said he play at the Garden. He said, if I ain't watching, then that nigga ain't starting. She points to the guy that she talking about, and it's James Harden. Damn dog, last year lost your girl to the sniper, huh? 13, good God, I feel for you, bro. So he takes shots at this man, and you the one that went after somebody that he was dating or used to date. Wow. Speculation has arisen over the identity of the basketball player Drake mentions on his new diss record Push-Ups, with digital sleuths connecting the dots and determining NBA star Ja Morant as the hooper in question. On Push-Ups, Drake mentions a basketball player known for busting out the gritty, a dance move popularized in part by Morant, who incorporates it into his on-court celebrations. The rapper also adds that the unnamed athlete is upset at him, although he doesn't provide further details regarding the root of said baller's ire. I know why you mad, N-word, I ain't even tripping, Drake rhymes before continuing to address his adversaries. According to social media, the alleged cause of Morant and Drake's apparent beef likely stems from both stars' association with Joanna Leah, a former model and social media influencer who is also the mother of Charlotte Hornets guard Amari Bailey. Back in 2021, Leah was romantically linked to Drake after the rap star began attending basketball games at Bailey's high school, Sierra Canyon. The pair were also spotted on a private date at Dodgers Stadium in July that year, which Drake presumably rented out for the occasion. ABC helicopter reporter Chris Christie would blow Leah and Drizzy's cover after posting aerial photos of the two enjoying their evening on social media. Leah was previously linked to Morant in 2022 after fans noticed the Memphis Grizzlies star had liked numerous posts on her Instagram account, prompting speculation that the two were romantically involved. Those rumors ramped up even further after the former reality TV star was spotted in attendance at numerous Grizzlies road games and home games during the 2022-2023 NBA season. So another situation where Drake is beefing with somebody over a girl. The beef between Drake and Common started with Common's 2011 record Sweet, which fans felt made references to the Scorpion artist. Common later confirmed on Sway in the Morning that it was about him. Later, Drake's rebuttal came in the form of his verse on Stay Schemin', to which Common responded with verses of his own on the same beat. In June 2010, Drake hints that Jay has gone from idol to rival. Drake references his friendship turned rivalry with Jay, the self-professed Michael Jordan of recording, on the final song from Thank Me Later, Thank Me Now. That's around the time that your idols become your rivals. You make friends with Mike but gotta AI him for your survival. Of course, this arrives just 4 songs after Light Up, in which Hove drops in to school freshman Drizzy on the highs and lows of the rap game. In May 2011, Drake's bravado-laced verse on DJ Khaled's I'm On One includes a not so subtle jab at the title of Jay and Ye's blockbuster collab project. Hate the rumors, hate the BS, hate these effing allegations. I'm just feeling like the throne is for the taking. Watch me take it. The rivalry between the two go on and on and on for years, taking shots at each other on numerous records, and to this day they really don't mess with each other anymore. But as you heard, Drake was the one to take the first shot. Like I said, for years, Drake and Jay-Z went back and forth taking shots at each other. And on Drake's song, Pound Cake, he admitted that Jay-Z took an immediate opportunity to stun on him during the opening lines of the song. Jay-Z said, I had Benzes before you had braces. But just a couple of verses later on Paris Morton Music 2, the Toronto rapper makes it clear that he's expecting mutual respect after putting up consistent wins over the last 4 years. The way I came into the game was under somebody's wing, and when people look at me, they still see this kid who's searching for his place or searching for acceptance, even though that's not the case. Drake told MTV News at a FIFA 14 launch party in New York City, referencing earlier days with his mentor Lil Wayne. He also went on to say, I think Jay still gets his first line off there. Drake jokes about the verse. He always takes his opportunity to remind me that he is the true big homie. Now, what does this have to do with Beyonce? Well, Beyonce and Jay-Z are married. We all know this. Well, Pound Cake came out sometime during early or middle 2013. Beyonce's self-titled album didn't come out till December 13th, 2013. Well, we all know that on self-titled, she and Drake collaborated on a song called Mine. And if you remember in that video, Drake and Beyonce were not featured together. They were separate. And that's because Jay-Z didn't even want Drake in the video any longer. So to respect her husband, she filmed separately from him. Then on the Flawless remix, Beyonce rapped, you wish I was your pound cake, boy, you know I look good as F. Wish I was your baby mama, want me to come around and give you good karma, but no, we escalating. Yeah, so that was a shot at Drake, like, boy, please, because you wish you could be with a chick like me. All right, the number one chick in the game wearing his. Drake wants to be Hove. He wants to be the top guy. And what does the top guy have? Beyonce, the baddest in the game. If Drake and Rihanna would have worked out, he would have had his version of a Beyonce, and it didn't work out. And then plus, you're not gonna disrespect my husband and think I ain't gonna say nothing. You got me messed up. And since then, Drake and Beyonce have never worked with each other again. She no longer acknowledges him, and he's never been to any of their parties throughout the years since or anything. Control by Big Sean. K-Dot's searing take on his stance on the rap game shook the landscape as he boldly called out J. Cole, Meek Mill, Drake, Big Crit, Wale, Pusha T, ASAP Rocky, Tyler the Creator, Mac Miller, Big Sean, and Jay Electronica. I got love for you all, but I'm trying to murder you niggas, trying to make sure your core fans never heard of you niggas. niggas. They don't want to hear not one more noun or verb from you niggas, he rapped. And from there, the beef began. Now, we don't know what was done or said behind the scenes, because we know now in 2024, Kendrick hates that man. Rick Ross laid low for much of the vicious Meek Mill and Drake feud sweeping hip-hop during the summer of 2015, months after the dust settled following the fireworks of Drizzy scathing back-to-back. Ross responded with jabs at the Six God and Cash Money CEO Birdman on Black Market's Color Money. Color Money got your B out on a world tour. My little homie made $1 million on his girl tour. We back to back and down to whack a N-word unborn. Miami N-word got them changing all the pow pow laws. So Run Forest got some shooters and they dying too. I got more money than that P that you're signed to. So that's how that beef began. Most people don't remember this, but before Pusha T went to war with Drake, he and his brother, the group The Clips, actually went up against Lil Wayne back in 2006. Then in 2011, Pusha didn't directly call anybody out on his song Don't F With Me, but Pusha freestyled over Drake's Dreams Money Can Buy beat and dished out a few lines that hinted at Drake being his target. Rappers on their sophomores acting like they boss lords. Fame such a funny thing for sure when N-words start believing all them encores. Sounds like he was talking about Drake to me. So Pusha was the one that came after Drake first. I don't know about you, but I forgot that in the summer of 2015, Meek Mills caused a ruckus by going on Twitter to say that Drake didn't write his raps. He might have been the first person to ever put that out there, and since then we have learned that he in fact has ghostwriters. In 2018, really close friends Drake and Nicki Minaj unfollowed each other on Instagram, leaving their fans to wonder, had the two fallen out? And indeed they had. In an interview with SM Magazine in 2020, he admitted that he and Nicki were no longer as close as they used to be. And that was probably due to the fact that during his beef with Meek Mills was dating Nicki Minaj at the time. But since then, the two have had like an on again, off again friendship throughout the years. On July 28, 2023, Drake was the topic of conversation after his collaboration with Travis Scott on the Flames' fourth studio album, Utopia, came out. Social media hummed when he unleashed shots aimed at Pusha T and Pharrell on the track Meltdown. Drake fired scathing bars targeting Pharrell's newly appointed position as men's creative director for Louis Vuitton, a title held by the late Virgil Abloh, a friend of the OVO commander. Man, F all that spinning the narrative ish. I melt down the chains that I bought from your boss, spews Drake in the latter half of his verse, taking slight aim at Pusha's relationship with Pharrell. Give a F about all of that heritage ish. Since V not around, the members then hung up the Louis. They not even wearing that ish. So he's mad that he took a job? So Metro Boomin had a project out titled Heroes and Villains, which was up for Best Rap Album at that year's Grammy. Drake and 21 Savage also had a project out called Her Loss. Well, in early December of that year, Metro Boomin criticized award shows at large as just politics, citing Her Loss victories over his own Heroes and Villains as proof. Both albums are up for Best Rap Album at the 2024 Grammys. Yet Her Loss still keeps winning Rap Album of the Year over Heroes and Villains, proof that award shows are just politics and not for me, Metro said at the time. I don't care about awards. Honestly, the true awards and reward is knowing that the music I spend so much time on brings joy to people everyday lives. So seems to me like Metro was hating. He was mad that Drake and 21 album was winning over his. Drake then responded with a tweet saying, "And to the rest of you, the non-believers, the underachievers, the tweet and the leaders, you guys make me sick to my stomach, fam." Oh my God. You might be shocked, but Future and Drake's beef is something that has honestly been brewing for quite some time. So back in November 2011, Future stated in an interview that Drake's absence in the Tony Montana video felt like a slap in the face. Back in 2013, Future also revealed that he inspired Drake started from the bottom but didn't get publishing. Ooh. Then in October of 2013, Future got kicked off of Drake's Would You Like a Tour. April 2022, Wait for You goes #1, but neither Future nor Drake performed the record together. November 2022, Her Loss is released and has potential subliminal shots at Future. Then in January 2023, rumors circulate that Future had issues with Drake and 21 Savage teaming up on Her Loss. October 2023, Drake's For All the Dogs includes alleged subliminal messages aimed at Future. Then in March 2022 of 2024, fans think Future disses Drake on We Don't Trust You. Then on March 24th, 2024, Drake comments on the feud during his tour. Drake also has taken shots against Serena Williams' husband, Alexis, who is the owner of Reddit. Now, mind you, back in the day, Drake and Serena were allegedly dating. It was never confirmed, I don't believe, but we all know that they actually dated. Well, on the album cut Middle of the Ocean, Drake rapped, "I swear you don't even mean what y'all say, like y'all dubbing a movie. Sidebar, Serena, your husband, a groupie." This is why Kendrick Lamar stood up for Serena Williams on Not Like Us by rapping, "From Alondra down to Central, you better not speak on Serena. You better stick up for the hometown queen." The feud between Drake and Joe Budden actually started when Joe Budden voiced his opinion about Drake's album Views. Joe Budden is rumored to have started the feud in April 2016 when he called out Drake's fourth album Views as sounding uninspired. While speaking on his podcast, I'll Name This Podcast Later, he said, "That kid on that album that I heard sounds real effing uninspired. That's what I think. I think that music is real good. You can't fool a real Negro. That music sounds good and I enjoyed it. 40, you sound amazing. 40 continues to progress. Drake, you do not." Well, seems like somebody couldn't take constructive criticism. Drake and C Breezy have had a feud since 2012 when they were friends who performed and recorded music together over their mutual interest in Rihanna. The feud began when the two started insulting each other online after rumors circulated that Drake and Rihanna were dating. In 2012, the feud escalated into a physical altercation between the two and their entourages at a New York nightclub. According to Global Grind, Drake allegedly punched Brown in the face and hit him with a bottle during the argument. Brown has said that there was a misunderstanding on both sides and that he's glad they got past it. But this is another situation where once again Drake went and started dating one of the homies' exes. Just a week ago, Tupac Shakur's estate threatened to sue Drake over his recent Kendrick Lamar diss track, calling what appears to be the use of an artificial intelligence generated version of the late rapper's voice a blatant abuse of his legacy. One of Drake's most prominent feuds has been with mogul Diddy. During an interview with The Breakfast Club, this is what 50 Cent had to say about their feud and alleged altercation.
Puff can't even hear it. I know he couldn't.
Puff can't hear a hit? That's kind of crazy.
He still hear things from back then, that time.
Oh, got you now. Right. Okay. Got you.
He can't buy the record. He can't. You play it for him right now, and it's hot. He can't buy it. This is why he's fighting Drake. When you hit Drake, because he used the beat that he didn't actually use.
0 to 100.
Right. You see what I'm saying? So if he heard it, and then he heard Drake's use it, but it wasn't a hit yet until Drake put the lines on it. And he's upset about that because he can't hear it, but he felt like he took something from him. And
Everything was good between Drake and Diddy in the beginning. You can tell that Diddy was somebody that Drake idolized. He even told Diddy the story about how his uncle paid for him to go see one of Diddy's concerts. They worked with each other. The first sign of trouble between the two came when Drake and Diddy were performing with each other at a nightclub in Miami, and Drake snatched the microphone from Diddy.
What makes this funnier and even more interesting is that Drake was actually performing the song Worst Behavior when this happened.
It seemed like after that the two were able to move on from that, and they even went on to record the song 0 to 100 real quick. Diddy was giving the record first, but really didn't know what he wanted to do with it, so he passed on it. Then he came back to the beat, said that he wanted, and sent it to Drake to ghostwrite for him.
0 to 100 was initially a record that, was my record.
Drake sent you the song you sent Drake the song for him to get on it for you?
No, for him to ghostwrite for me.
Drake did his job, sent the track back to Diddy. Diddy wasn't feeling it. So Drake then took the track for himself and created 0 to 100 real quick, and it ended up becoming one of the biggest hit songs of that year, even being nominated for 2 Grammys. It was used for multiple commercials, and it was just a mega hit. Well, Diddy did not like that, okay? During a live performance, Diddy decided to play the track, but he had something to say before the record came on.
I'm gonna play this next beat. I gave that this stolen from me. Play that.
Things between the two rappers simmered down for a minute until a few months later when they ran into each other at the same nightclub that Drake snatched the mic from Diddy. Well, Diddy confronted Drake about the record. It got a little heated, but they separated, and then towards the end of the night, Diddy went back up to him again with something to say, and this led to Drake getting slapped. A fight then ensued, and it was said that Drake dislocated his arm and had to go to the hospital. Quentin Miller, a former songwriter for Drake, has claimed that he was never paid for writing songs for the rapper, including 4 songs on Drake's 2015 mixtape, If You're Reading This, It's Too Late. Miller says he received a $30,000 advance for his publishing deal, but never received any money for his writing credits. Miller has also said that he feels he was blackballed and financially finessed as a result of the beef between Drake and Meek Mill, which centered around Miller's raps. Drake's issues with The Weeknd are that he basically claims he discovered Abel and is the reason for his success. And when he didn't sign to OVO, he tweeted that he owed him. Drake and performer Nav have seemingly fallen out too. Nav has unfollowed the Canadian countryman Drake on Instagram in an additional layer to the brewing hip-hop civil war. Nav, who is signed to The Weeknd's label Imprint XO, has frequently worked with Metro Boomin. So it seems to me like Nav has taken a side, and it is not Drake's. You can also add Travis Scott to the list of rappers that Drake has a beef with. Drake, who is 37, made it clear he and Travis Scott, who is 32, are no longer tight during his Sunday, March 31st, 2024 performance at Penn State University Park, part of his J. Cole's It's All a Blur Big as the What tour. In fan footage taken at the concert, Drake delivered a fiery rendition of Meltdown, his recent collab with Scott on the latter's 2023 album Utopia. Drake shouted his last line of the verse before turning to the giant inflatable head of Scott floating over the crowd. The God's Plan rapper then mimed holding a pow pow at the fake Scott head before explosions lit up the prop. As the flame continued to smoke, Drake proudly turned to the audience and continued to rap. Wow, that's a lot. After a hilariously awkward chat with the Canadian superstar Drake, 26-year-old Bobby's video went viral, racking up numbers on YouTube, only for she and Drake to unfollow each other on Instagram and for the video to be taken down. It left viewers wondering why they'd fallen out. Is it because they'd allegedly slept together? Bobby was married at the time with children. Bobby has since gone on to say that that is not true. Def, now known as Yasin Bey, made headlines when he jabbed Drake by comparing the Six Gods discography to the music played while shopping at stores like Target. At a stop during his It's All a Blur tour in Houston, the Canadian rapper gave a warm shout out to a woman in the audience named Meg, while taking a dig at the Grammy-winning musician of the same name. I got to give a shout out to somebody here who's been with me since the beginning of my career, Drake says in a now viral video from the concert. Her name is Megan, real H-Town love. Shout out to Meg one time for real. Not that Meg, this Meg. Okay. The otherwise vocal audience didn't seem particularly amused by the comment, nor did folks on Twitter, who have been criticizing Drake for his multiple attacks against Megan following her recently closed assault case involving his friend and previous collaborator Tory Lanez. Last November, Drake seemingly attacked Megan over the 2020 shooting incident on the song Circo Loco from his album with 21 Savage, Her Loss. This B lie about getting shots, but she's still a stallion, he raps on the controversial track. At the time, Megan responded to Drake with a fiery message on Twitter, but it seems like the rapper, whose new album For All the Dogs is due next month, is intent on starting his next public beef with the hottest, no pun intended, femc in the game right now. So lame. So lame. March 9th, 2012, Yahoo News reported that Drake got into Twitter beef last night with his ex-girlfriend and stripper Malia. The argument started when the headlines rapper wrote on his account, "Sometimes I want to tweet things like, B, how you stop effing with me, and now you live on Twitter every day, but then I just don't." Drizzy failed to specify what prompted him to diss Malia, but she wasted no time in firing back. LMAO, yes, I love Twitter and I don't F with disrespectful crybaby N-words. That's why. She wrote on her account without aiming it directly to Drizzy. When her followers told her to stop beefing with Drake, she replied, "I don't know why, it's just show business." She then seemed to get annoyed with all the questions about her relationship with Drake, writing, "LMAO, why y'all think that is the only man in my life? It was 2 years ago. Please no more talk about him. Find me someone else who will appreciate me." DJ Drama is up next.
Drake smashed your girl.
Jesus.
Well, which other way am I supposed to say it?
Drake had sexual relations
With a girl that was affiliated with you. All of a sudden, Meek, Philadelphia artist, winds up in Mean Street Studios. And he hears these references of these other songs, discrepancies. What's my man's name? He ain't been around since. Quentin Miller. Now, all roads led to DJ Drama at that time.
All roads? They didn't lead to Meek Mill?
No, I said Meek Mill. I'm saying how Meek Mill got it.
Gotcha.
All roads led to that, to you. So now, for lack of a better term, you was kind of quiet. You didn't really want to address it.
I'd lightly touched on it at times.
Baby, that man was still mad about it. You see that look in his eyes? He looked like he wanted to snap on Nori just for asking the question. But yet another case of Drake getting into it with somebody over a woman, or going after somebody that he was cool with. Chick. On his diss record, Meet the Grams, Kendrick Lamar rapped, "Hey, you're a good kid that need good leadership. Let me be your mentor since your daddy don't teach you ish. Never let a man piss on your leg, son. Either you die right there or pop that man in the head, son." Now that line, "never let a man piss on your leg, son," went over a lot of people's head because they did not understand the reference. But the reference actually comes from a story that T.I. told years ago about an incident where his friend heavily disrespected Drake.
Simply reflecting on his late friend Terrence Cat Beasley. The ATL native rapped, "While I'm fighting my own, somehow got you home. So drunk in LA, end up pissing on Drake. Okay, that's still my brother." In a recent sit down with Ebro Darden for Apple Music, the King of the South once more reminded fans it wasn't a diss towards Drake in any matter, even if he was confirming a moment when a drunken Beasley urinated on Drake at a movie theater.
Hey, listen, and I shut all that shit down. I didn't, cause I don't want to be a part of, you know what I'm saying, something that was a harmless incident, like a harmless
Well, you
mistake.
shut it down back then too.
Yeah, I shut it down. I don't want it to be weaponized against nobody. And when I said it right now, it wasn't the victimized, cuz it was like, yeah, that shit happened. And I was pissed off in my partner when it happened.
Well, see, that's what I thought you were saying in this song, was that y'all been through a lot together, you and your friend, and his irresponsible behavior, including this incident.
The wildest shit I've ever seen before in my life, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't had no malicious intent. I don't see how it could ever be taken as a, you know what I'm saying, like as a diss. I don't see how it could be. That would be someone allowing their emotions to manipulate them, if so.
The moment in question originally made headlines during Drake's feud with Meek Mill. In 2015, the Philly-bred rapper dropped his Wanna Know diss track. Tip's words may or may not change Drake's mind regarding the matter. The Six guy reportedly unfollowed T.I. on social media after he dug up the embarrassing moment.
I personally call BS on T.I. saying it wasn't a diss or it wasn't meant to victimize Drake. Whatever your intent was, it was obvious that your intent was to embarrass that man, because other than that, you didn't have a reason to put that in a song. You knew what that was going to do. You tell a story about how your friend peed on Drake and that man didn't do nothing, and you thought it was just gonna be like, "Oh, isn't that cute?" What? Like, get out of here. Get out of here. It was to make that boy look like a punk. When Drake first dropped, he and Trey Songz were like freaking frat. They were always together. They collaborated a lot. But then slowly but surely, we stopped seeing them together. They stopped collaborating together. And during a Breakfast Club interview when he was promoting his album Tremaine, the beef was brought up. And Trey Songz said, "We were really friends. We had personal issues that we never really spoke about. We still haven't really all the way figured it out. There's things we haven't talked about that we should as men talk about. We've just been going our way, staying out of each other's way. There's never no bad blood. He's never spoke down about me. I've never spoke down about him. But it's obvious we haven't made music and we're not nowhere together. On whether Drake feud was over a girl, nah." And just when you thought we were done, oh wait, there's one more feud that stands out for me, bigger than all of the rest, because this person don't bother nobody, okay? She is a legend in the game, honey. You put respect on her name when you address her. This infamous showdown between Drake and Halle Berry sent shockwaves throughout the industry, okay? The blatant disrespect and disregard for this legend left not only my mouth dropped, but the rest of America gagged, okay? While Drake was coming up with ideas for his Slime You Out cover, he decided to use a still photograph of Halle Berry at the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards, where she'd gotten slimed, as the cover. Now, mind you, he'd reached out to her privately and asked could he use the photo, and she politely said no. Why would this Oscar-winning legendary actress want herself to be the cover art for a rap song called Slime You Out, where it's basically a song talking about slutting a woman out, okay? Jizzing on her face and her head, whatever you want to say. But no, she did not want to be tied to a song like that. Well, guess what this disrespectful Negro did? He decided to use the cover art anyway, disrespecting her, disregarding her wishes. If you knew that you were going to use the photograph, whether she said yes or no, then why did you even ask in the first place? After he released the track and the cover art, Halle Berry got in his comment section and wrote, "Didn't get my permission. That's not cool. I thought better of him." Now, how you gonna beef with Halle Berry? Like I said, that lady don't bother nobody. She do her movies, raise her kids, F with her man, and be gone on about her business. You don't do my fellow Leo sister like that. We don't play them type of games. Halle is a national treasure, all right? In conclusion, that is 33 celebrities that I know of that Drake has feuded with. That is crazy. That is absolutely insane. I've never known for one artist to have so many beefs, to have disrespected so many people, betrayed so many people, lied, stolen from, not paid people. Now, were there people that started with him? Absolutely 100%. But that's still crazy to have so many people coming for your head top, boy. You know, despite the controversy, Drake continues to dominate the charts and win over fans worldwide. It's clear that drama is just another part of the package when it comes to being a music industry heavyweight. But when it gets down to the point where your character has now started to outshine your music, that's when it, for me, becomes a problem. Where half of your peers don't even like you or mess with you. And this once again goes back to Kendrick's statement when he said, "This is not just me, this is a we thing. This is what the culture feels about you." And much like my mama and grandmother said as I was a little girl growing up, whatever happens in the dark shall come to the light. You reap what you sow. And it seems like in 2024, Drake is in his reaping season. This renowned rapper and singer has found himself embroiled in a series of controversies that have now tarnished his squeaky clean image. He's being accused of being a pedo, being a narcissist, being a liar, being messy, hanging around thugs, hanging around pedos, having pedos on his payroll, you know, cosplaying as a Canadian thug, having a pill addiction, having a gambling addiction, being a deadbeat father, having a schmex addiction, dealing with escorts, having mob ties, being associated with Jay Prince, having ghostwriters, putting out cease and desist letters. And these questionable decisions that he's making is making the spotlight on him even harsher than it has been in the past. You know, and it leads me to wonder what could be driving Drake to act out in these ways. You know, some people may speculate it could be the pressure of fame, while others point to personal struggles. You know, I think that it is partly of his mixed race, the way that he grew up, struggling with his blackness or lack thereof, trying to be tough, trying to be someone that he's not fully knowing who he is as a person. But you know, regardless of the reasons, his behavior has undoubtedly impacted his career now and how the public perceives him. This once beloved figure now faces scrutiny like never before. And one thing that we can all agree on is that the consequences of these revelations that have come out about Drake over the years, and most recently as of the past week, have left his fans and even people that haven't been a big Drake fan reeling and questioning their loyalty to this artist that has been idolized for years. You know, Drake's messy behavior serves as a stark reminder of the importance of addressing such issues in the public eye. It's a cautionary tale for all celebrities that fame and fortune comes with a price, and one's actions can have far-reaching consequences on both their personal and professional lives. Let's take into consideration that this past week there has been 3 attempts, not 1, not 2, but 3 attempts to enter his home and possibly harm him, rob him. We do not know, but there has been 3 attempts. The first one leading to a security guard being pow-powed in the chest. We have seen numerous stories now coming out on TikTok about people seeing him at high schools like R. Kelly used to do, soliciting young girls, him allegedly having an 11-year-old daughter. Like, this stuff is out of control. So what do you guys think about Drake's controversies? Are you team Drake or team drama? Let me know in the comments below, and please do not forget to hit that subscribe button for more celebrity analysis videos. I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.